Hey everyone, welcome back. So Leo, tell us where we are.
Yeah, so we're here at headquarters for Sandoval Services.
Yeah.
We're a towing, impounding, mobile mechanic, and snow plowing company.
Putting out the fires and a lot.
Yeah, saving the day, doing a lot of saving the day.
Yeah.
And so,
Amazing. Let's show everybody a little bit around and then you can keep talking a little
absolutely.
bit.
So we've got our dispatch center here. Everyone, all the calls come in here. So anyone's calling for tows, roadside assistance, mobile mechanic jobs, or if they need an unauthorized vehicle that's parked somewhere, they don't, hey, get this off my property. So we don't repo vehicles, we don't go down that lane, but if some, like we've got some contracts, Lunds and Byerly's, Speedway, some different contracts where a vehicle's parked, they want it removed. We've got our impound lot as well. And
Where's
so,
your impound lot?
about
here?
2 minutes away.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, really close location, secured operation there. And so we've got our dispatch, especially in the winter time, the phones are just blowing up. Yeah, exactly. And so, and then we've got our conference room here. This is where we have all our company meetings, and we've got our projector, and so yeah, this is where the kitchen is per se.
Amazing,
kind of
yes.
cooking the results.
Yep.
And then
ready to bring it home.
here's my private office here.
Nice.
And so this is where I kind of steer the ship and lead the ship,
Very cool.
and so yeah, this is kind of where the magic happens. And so I can show you our shop as well. And
When we were pulling up, it's a lot bigger than what it looks like. I mean, you've seen all the trucks out there, all the fleet and everything like that too. So yes,
So we've got a fleet of tow trucks, we've got a fleet of plow trucks, and we're only growing year over year. We've got about 10 trucks now, and so we're looking to grab a few more before the year ends here. And so
there's always something going on with those trucks, right?
100%. Yeah, you see, we got an engine here. Getting ready to swap an engine in one of them, but. So this is our shop. We got some of the guys here.
Do you prefer the C-plows versus the regular flat ones?
Yes, absolutely. The V-plow really gets the down to the pavement with the snow, and so this is our shop.
Very
and
guys in action. Yeah, this is an amazing place. How did you? I mean, we talked a little bit on the podcast, so maybe we'll talk a little bit. But how did you find this place?
Well, we started, so I operated out of my home garage for about 6 or 7 years. And then, I recognized in order to scale it to the next level, I needed to get an office beyond my home office. And so we actually started in just a super small office on the other side of the building. It was just big enough to fit maybe 4 cubicles and literally we're all kind of in this little tiny office. And so we were there for a year, and then as things continue to grow, this space became available. You should have seen in the office area, it was, we completely renovated it and redid it. It looked like everything, like old carpet, stained, and just like, we
kind of gutted it all out.
Yeah, gutted it all out and kind of revamped it, gave life to it. And so, but yeah, it went from that went from our home garage shop to small office to now we've got, offices and shop space to get things done.
Amazing.
So.
This is such a cool site. Maybe we'll go into your office and we'll have a little bit more of a conversation and then
Awesome.
Yeah, definitely. All right, guys, so we're back. We're at Sandoval Services. Let's get into some of the nitty gritty, some of the good stuff.
Yeah.
So you want to help people. You want to help people understand that there's another way. What advice would you give people that are or were back in your shoes or that are struggling or that have gotten close to hitting rock bottom?
I would say, just not to limit yourself, not limiting yourself to all the possibilities that life can bring. I think a lot of times people settle. People will kind of settle for opportunities or settle in life. And for me, I want to impact others in such a way that, hey, sky's the limit. And, when it comes to my sobriety and, staying clean and sober, when it comes to, building businesses, and then make an impact in other people's lives, make an impact in my employees' lives and our customers' lives, and just, helping brighten people's days.
So a lot of times when people are down and out, they don't see another light. They think this is where I'm going. This is the only way to go. I'm going to hit rock bottom. I don't care anymore. I've given up.
Yeah.
What did you do to help kind of see the light and help get you through those days when they're really tough?
I think it starts with an awareness. I think it starts with just becoming aware of how things can show up in our life, that maybe some of the things we went through growing up, or just some of the tendencies that we can have. And so, a lot of times I think people fall into like self-sabotage.
Yeah.
Like when...
Always me.
Yeah.
It's always the other.
And it's like, oh, this is bad, so now I'm just going to throw it all away.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go off
the rails,
and it's like, hold on, like, let's pause for a moment. And, ultimately that self-sabotage comes from an unworthiness within. A lot of times people experience an unworthiness of, I'm not worthy of having a life or having a great life, and so therefore I'm going to react in such a way. And so, coming to understand, that we're worthy, and that, we can have life, we can, have purpose, we can have direction. Yeah.
Well, and a lot of times when people have dealt with trauma, and a lot of people have, they hold it in, they bottle it up, they don't know that it's there, it just sits there and kind of festers.
Yeah.
They don't know that there's any other way, there's any other life outside of what they're doing, because that's how they're raised, that's what they saw, that's what they know.
Yeah.
And really kind of coming out and saying, hey, I can do this. There's a different way to take it and go with it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think just having the courage to talk about it, and just not care what anyone thinks about it. Sometimes it's like, is that too much? But it's like, ultimately that's what gives people hope, is when we share and allow others to see and experience all of us. It gives someone else hope that, hey, you're not alone, or you're not the only one going through it, or, you can overcome this too. Yeah.
Well, a lot of times, I've known a lot of people with addiction, and I still do. And they say that this is the choice, this is who I am. Well, it's not. Those are the choices that you're making. It's not like you die only once, you live every day. And every day is a new day. Yeah. So how can we help you see the light and see that that's not the addiction to talking? It is, but it's also the choices that you're making.
For sure. Yeah. Got to be careful with the compromises that we make in life, when it comes to the people we surround ourselves with, or even when it comes to just taking care of ourselves.
Right. Your health and your mental, physical, everything.
All of it. Yeah, all of it. And so, that's really important.
Well, and a lot of times people have to have something to live for, like finding your purpose, finding God, doing something. They have to have something outside of the norm that they can help see the light and turn themselves around too.
For sure.
How hard was that for you to get in touch with your spiritual self?
Yeah. It kind of happened in such a drastic way, I guess, with, when I got busted. We're talking drug task force, guns in my face. I'm ripped out of a car and thrown into a puddle. And, it was very shocking situation to go through, but I just knew there was something else that I was experiencing in that. And so I like to stay curious and kind of carry a curiosity about life, and I could sense that there was something greater than myself that was intervening in the life I was living. And paying attention to that, I think, because I've been to jail too many times to count. I've been to prison. I've been in prison fights.
Right.
And there was just something different about this that I was experiencing, that I just knew that there was something different this time. And I had to pay attention.
Almost like an outer body experience. Like, what is this? And this is something that needs my attention.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, and then the way that, that God moved in my life during that time. I was in my jail cell, hitting my knees, praying, really, really new at the whole God thing, and not just trying to, figure it out. But, trying to read my Bible and never done that much before,
Right.
and just like a lot of
Actually understand it and give purpose to you some way. Yeah.
yeah. And so, but then doors open for me, all of a sudden we have a private attorney. My mom actually sold her truck. Really loved that truck. Wasn't anything too fancy, but
it's still her truck,
she
and
loved
it's the
that
memories
truck.
with it, and it's
Yeah.
the embodiment of it. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, the way that she showed up, even though through all the stuff that I went through growing up, that meant a lot to me, that she had my back. But to me in that moment, there was something greater that was moving things and doing things that ultimately was paving the way for me to, get on my feet and to share hope with others. And so getting our lawyer through, she sold her truck, but, I just feel like God was doing something in that. Teen Challenge came to the jail, and, they had me fill out an application. I had to wait to hear back if I would get approved or not. I got approved. Then we had to convince the judge and the prosecutor to allow me to go to Teen Challenge instead of prison, in which, I had a $400,000 bail.
Yeah,
and so
right.
then, they lowered my bail so that I could bail to go to treatment. So a lot of times people, when they bail out, they can go home.
Yep.
For me, it was such a unique situation.
You're blessed that they had you go.
Yeah,
right away.
I was like, hey, I'll
Yep,
I'm in. And so, but it wasn't without tension. It wasn't without a lot of fear or
Right.
worry or like not really knowing how it was going to play out.
So that's
but
almost
just
more scary on the other side. Like, this is the life I've always lived. Now I have to go to this 13-month long treatment.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what is this?
Yeah, for sure. And I was just so desperate. I was so desperate for hope, for a new life, and kind of just went all in with it. And but just still not really knowing what that outcome was going to be. So I wasn't completely out of the weeds yet. Like
Yeah.
I still I had to go back to court for sentencing and to plead guilty and all those things, in which they were trying to offer me a deal for like 90 months in prison.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's the deal.
That's, yep, right.
90
Yep.
months in
Yep.
prison?
Yep.
Okay. So
Yep.
I'm like, I just knew in my spirit that God was going to open up the door for me to be able to finish the treatment program that I was in,
Yep.
and to be given an opportunity to, prove people right in such a way. And so, which is what ended up happening
Yeah.
is they gave me that opportunity, and, again, proving people right, and, really just living to make a difference now in how, we can go from, darkness, dealing drugs, alcoholism, just being lost, to channeling, that energy and, really our strengths and God-given gifts into a positive direction. And so now that serves me, I allow that to serve me in such a way in business.
For sure. How do you lift your other people that work for you and other people that are out there up when you're kind of in the normal grind? Because work gets to be a grind, and it kind of starts to bring you down. How do you stay motivated for yourself and then for them?
Yeah. Well, I work a really great program. I work with a men's coach, business, and also just as a man, learning how to navigate this world. And so I have a coach in my life. I have a group of other business owners that I meet with regularly that are, on the same path of being the best that they can be and serving their communities well. And so we mentioned earlier, you are who you surround yourself with. And so I surround myself with other high-level business owners and kind of moving in the same direction. And I still partake in counseling. I still partake in the things to kind of keep myself whole and keep myself processing things in a healthy way.
Yep.
And then, it allows me to help others when they're going through a tough patch. And so, and give others opportunities. I got a guy, Fukang. We were sitting down, this was about 3 or 4 weeks ago. We were sitting down at the conference table, and
It's the breaking of the bread table.
yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he's like, thank you, Leo. He said, no one wanted me. No one wanted me. He's got multiple felonies. He's been to prison. He's been through, but he's on a great path right now,
Right.
where he's gotten clean and sober. He's found his faith, and he's just trying to make the most of that opportunity. And he said, no one wanted me. I'm so grateful that you gave me an opportunity. And I just paused everything I was doing. I was like, man, like, you see all the busyness, everything that's going on. He's out there, he's booking the calls for the tows,
Yep.
and he knows the money, and there's money going around
going
and out,
everywhere,
in
yeah.
and out, and busyness. And I said, man, none of that matters as much as what you just said.
Yep.
And
That hit home. It's like that's enough.
that's what it's about.
Yeah.
Is everything that I'm learning and growing through is about paying that forward to others and giving them hope that, hey, you're worthy, you can do it too.
Yep.
And I'm willing to take a chance on you to give you a shot. Now, the flip side of that sometimes is you do have to kind of lay the law down sometimes,
absolutely. Yep.
and
I'm
say,
still
hey,
in boss, and this is still my lane, and this is how we have to do it.
Yeah,
'Cause it's a
and-
process. It's
yeah.
not. Don't take this personally, but this is how it has to run.
Yeah.
This is how the ship has to sail.
Yeah. And that's the balance of, and trying to help others is sometimes the personal struggles and the things that they're dealing with in life, which I care and I want to make an impact in their life, so I can kind of help coach them through some of those things. But at the same time, you got to do your part.
You have to put in the work.
Yeah, you got to put in the work. You got to make sure you're working your program,
Yeah.
whatever that looks like for you. And
You can't just do the
and
busy
meet
work
me
and not
halfway
take care
here.
of yourself.
Yeah.
If you're not okay, nothing else is going to be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like a lot of times when you have a team around you, you get those people that always just want to come in and talk and talk and talk. And it's great that you're helping and motivating, but at the same time, it's like, in this 2 hours that you spend in my office, what
Yeah.
are you getting done?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
how are you helping yourself, and how are you helping the business and everything else too? So
Yeah. Yeah.
But everybody needs those times to just say things and do things.
Yeah.
So you got to this site based on the $3,300 truck that you had, and you found your way here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm super excited to kind of show where we're going next and get
Yeah.
into a little bit of that. But first, wrestling. Let's talk a little bit wrestling. Yeah. How long have you been a fan?
Yeah, I since a little boy, my older brother and I, and then my younger brother and I, we used to wrestle a lot. My mom would freak out. We would be busting living room coffee
absolutely.
tables.
I would be the one that was, I'm the girl and the youngest. I was the one that was thrown everywhere. I'm like, that's what I used to like. We had a staircase that was a U shape, and I remember one time my mom was coming up the stairs, and my brother was ready to like throw me off and say, "Mom,
Yeah.
catch!" And she's like, "Don't do
Yeah.
that. She's
For
she's
sure.
little, but that's how you grow."
And there's some sentimental value too. So I was given this as a gift when I reached 10 years of sobriety.
Amazing.
And so that was kind of my 10-year
Congratulations.
symbolic, if you will. But yeah, definitely a big wrestling nerd and competitive guy like that, and
Yes.
kind of out to conquer.
Yeah.
and
So there was a fun group, and I'll have to put you in touch with him. His name's Brad Bagessa, but he has Nerdin' Out in
Okay.
Inver Grove Heights, and he does a lot of wrestling, and he puts together a Nerdin' Out counter. He has professional wrestlers come in, and it's kind of not the WWE, obviously,
Yeah.
but like the TNT people, and it's
Yeah,
really cool. So
yeah,
yes,
I
yeah.
would-
I mean,
I would love
it's
to-
motivating. It's fun. It's
Yeah.
like everybody's like, "What?" I'm like, I know my wrestlers. Trust me.
Yeah.
That's what I grew up knowing.
It's
kind of a
impressive.
little bit. Yes. Yeah.
It's impressive.
Yep. So no, it's a lot of fun. I did have a professional wrestler on my podcast too, Jessie Karissa. She was
Okay.
on TNT, so she's ODB. But yes,
Okay.
it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's good to have hobbies, and I
Yeah.
think that that's the other side of it. Like you
Yeah.
have your work, you have yourself, but you have hobbies and things you like to do. Because
Yeah.
if you don't have
100%.
hobbies, then what else?
Yeah, 100%.
What are you looking forward to? You were just at SummerSlam. So
Yeah.
what's next?
Yeah. Gosh, that's a good question. I think I need a break in these next couple months,
Yeah.
honestly. It's been a
Right.
little bit since I've been able to kind of take a break. We were talking about taking care of ourselves
Yeah.
and kind of, but I just got my passport in
Amazing.
the last few years. I haven't actually used it yet. And so international travel is going to be a new thing
Yeah.
for me. And so I think
Which
I'm
is
really
fun.
looking forward to that. Yeah.
That really is the time when you shut off the phone and it's like, okay, let's just take this all in and reset and refocus. And it's something that I feel like everybody needs to do at some point in their life. Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, let's head over to the next site and show
Sweet.
everybody where we're at.
Sounds
See you guys
good.
later.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, it's Karissa. So Leo, where are we at now?
We are at our real estate office, just 2 minutes away from the towing office. Intentional about having them located closely. I want to be able to, like, some days I might be in meetings and coaching one team for the morning, and then I'll pivot over to my other office in the afternoon to meet with them and check on things there. And so just being really close and being able to pivot easier was kind of a goal of ours. And so
it sounds kind of like intentionality has been a huge focus for you wherever you go.
Yeah.
How do you find the staff, and how do you find the listings and things like that, and how did you get into real estate?
Yeah, so I mentioned background being in the car business as a sales manager, running a sales team, and so didn't really know real estate, didn't know what it entailed. I mentioned when my mom got sick, I made that jump to take care of her.
Yep.
Bought that first $3,300 piece of junk plow truck, and where we were able to kind of see what we've been able to grow that into with the last tour. And so when that first year, when the snow melted, I didn't know what I was going to do. And so I thought, what about real estate? I had a friend of mine who had encouraged me to check out real estate. And I was like, I've never really thought about it. Don't really know what that entails.
And so houses and sit there in the long grind and get them.
But the biggest thing is with my felonies. Like, I didn't know if, because of my felonies, if it's even something that I'd be able to do. And thankfully, with some consistency and proving people right, I was given another opportunity. The Minnesota Department of Commerce granted me my real estate license, just another God moment for me. And so I kind of stepped through that door, and it was really hard. 76% of agents fail in the first year. 76%.
That's a huge number.
87% fail in 5 years. And so we're heading into year 7, going on year 8 now, where I've been able to build my business as a solo agent. And now we're expanding and growing our team and coaching others and helping kind of some of the things I've learned to kind of help them get their businesses going now.
I mean, that's a big feat to say, hey, we've made it past the big markers, like the things we've built our ground. Now we have a team. Now we can help more people. It's the friends, it's family, but it's being omnipresent in front of people too, which gets to be hard and exhausting as well. People don't understand how when you're the face of the company, that's its own little beast, right?
No, it very much is. And so you mentioned intentionality. As a visionary, the intentionality is just that, is to, you have to be the face of the brand. And do people know you, like you, and trust you are the biggest components as the face of the brand and kind of putting your company on the map. And so being very intentional about that. And then it's really recognizing, am I in the right seat, dependent on the season or dependent on the business growth? And so, that's where empowering other leaders, building out your system so that things can function in such a way without everything being on you and on your plate. And
a lot of times people that are viewing that don't understand the real estate world isn't easy. Like, people always want more for their house than what they're worth, and trying to kind of figure all that out and figure out the lanes and try to probably find who's the right agent now. Not only that, for the right person. It's all one big cycle kind of too. So I'm going to ask you a question. I ask a lot of people this, but I was told a long time ago you don't have New Year's resolutions because you don't stick with them.
Sure.
You find a word or 2 words, or it can even be 3 words that stick with you through the year and that have kind of helped guide you and find you. What do you think that those words would be for you this year? What would you have those words be to help?
So I'm big on New Year's resolutions, and I'm also big on words as well. And so I love this
do
question.
Both, but I like the words.
I love this question. I would say I know one word that I chose for the year would be fortitude. Fortitude to kind of push through all the challenges of life, whether it be personal life, whether it be the business life. Fortitude of staying calm under pressure and just doing the next right thing and, forging through and just kind of keeping things stable. I would also say that I've really been defined as resilient. It's kind of one of those things where no matter what life throws at me, you might stagger a little sometimes, but not allowing it to really cause you to fall, and really just staying on, keeping your legs under you and keeping rolling. And so those would be a couple words. I'd say fortitude and resiliency.
I have 3 this year. It's positive, intentional, and momentum. Because you have to be intentional in everything you do. I've learned that through the things I've been through, you have to stay positive, but you also have to build that momentum to keep going. And they're all kind of driving forces, and they all kind of keep cycling their way around and finding their place. And it's been one of those things, like every year I try to reset and pick a different word because you don't want to have the same words all the time.
Yeah.
But they really have been guiding lights, and it's been easier. I mean, yes, New Year's resolutions work great, and people can stick with them, and they do. But finding those words, too, is always important.
Yeah.
Favorite food? Haha.
Well, I love pho. I love pho. Yesterday I went to the Asia Mall in Eden Prairie and had a really good bowl of pho.
Yes.
And so I would say pho, but I don't know, I'm kind of diverse in that way. I love authentic Hispanic food.
Yep.
When I go to Chicago to visit my family, I love a home-cooked
Italian
meal. And so, but I would say, authentic Hispanic food. I would say pho is up there.
Yep.
But I don't know, I can enjoy burger and fries too, right. and so.
all the other good stuff. And it's nice when you travel too, because then you get like, I'm going to go to Ireland, I'm going to have the real Irish stew, and I'm going to have this and that, and it's good to see that too.
Yeah.
But let's get back into where we're at. So you have the business. What do you think are some objective goals for your business and for your work life?
Yeah. I would say some objective goals would be for my towing company, it would be to crack $1 million in gross revenue, which we're projecting to this year. For this business, it would be to really just get stabilized. We've got 5 agents on our team. I've always done multiple 6 figures as a solo agent, and so to just double that or grow that would be where we're at, and really just helping our agents get their legs under them. So if we, being newer agents, it's even just getting a couple deals under your belt is a win in this industry. And so helping them, which I've been able to do. We've got a couple of agents who, we're just new in this year. And so they've got a couple deals under their belts now. They kind of got their legs under them, and so then
starting to come in.
And now as we onboard a couple more new agents, kind of helping them get their legs under you. And I love your word momentum. Really just kind of building on that momentum. Kind of think of it as a snowball effect.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you have all that. What do you think that your advice to the newer agents would be?
You have to be willing to put yourself all the way out there. Mm-hmm. This isn't an industry that you can be shy in.
Right.
Whether that be, being intentional and consistent in the day-to-day, going to coffee, going to lunch, meeting people, building relationships, that intentionality and consistency of building relationships, or having just a strong marketing presence.
Absolutely.
A lot of times that's social media. A lot of times it's who do you know, and kind of who's going to be looking to make a life change that you might be able to step in and serve them in such a way. And so those would be the 2 things: is like not being shy, really being willing to put yourself all the way out there.
Something changes every day, and you have to be able to think outside the box to get there, right? I mean, social media might be working today, communication might be working tomorrow, or it could be all AI the next day. You have to be ready for it.
For sure.
Which is scary, but true.
Yeah.
What kind of things do you tell your kids when they kind of get stuck in a grind, or how do you help them fight through things?
Yeah, I've talked to my kids about just not overextending themselves. Like my oldest son, he's 18, he's recently graduated, and kind of he's antsy to kind of get out there and grind. He's definitely cut from the same cloth as me, and so, you know, sometimes it's slowing down and not getting ahead of yourself as well. You know, that's kind of something that I like to tell them, and just knowing that, hey, you're worthy. You know, it doesn't matter what you're out doing or who you're with or all these external things. Like, just being okay with you and who you are is kind of what I try to insert into them.
Well, I think with kids too, it's okay to not know where you're going or what you're doing, because a lot of them are like, this is where I'm going, this is what I'm doing, but then they come back on the same hand, what if I don't like it?
Yeah.
I'm like, there's people that are my age, there's people that are 70 that still don't know where they're going or what they're doing, and it's okay to try those things out.
100%. And I might be a little biased, hopefully I don't offend anyone, but with, like, a lot of times when you get out of high school, it's so normalized for our kids to go to college.
Yeah, no,
and
not anymore.
Yeah, I told my son, you know, hey, take a couple years off, and, you know, because it's so normalized to thrust them into college to,
you're wasting money. They don't know where they're going or what they want to go to school for.
100%. They get in, they go to school for something. I mean, I don't know the statistic with it, but I would bet that it's really high. And how many people have went to school, put themselves in 60 grand of debt, and don't even use their degree.
No, right. Or change their degree. And I have a friend that went to school and she got her doctorate and she's selling shoes.
Yeah.
You know, like,
you
went to Notre Dame, you got your doctorate, and how does that work? Like,
exactly.
For what?
And so I encourage, you know, for my oldest particularly, because as he's stepping out in life now, you know, take a couple of years, figure out who you are, what you want to do. No pressure to go to school.
Or maybe what you're doing will lead to something else.
Yeah, 100%.
Whether it's trades, you could be a manager, you could get into sales.
Yeah, 100%.
Anything that you want to do.
Yeah, and so.
Amazing. So you have all of that going. What do you think is important for, or what would you tell your younger self, entrepreneurial-wise, like, to get yourself going?
Yeah, I would say that, I don't know, that's hard to say.
Right.
I would say to, I don't know if I would change much on, like,
you don't want to, because that wouldn't make you who you are today.
Yeah, I would say go after it, do it,
and I would
be
say
all
life
in.
is okay. When someone asked me that the other day, I'm like, probably that life will be all right, and you'll figure it out. Like,
100%. Like, and 100%. Just, you can make it through any of the challenges that come your way. You know, there's going to be hard moments. There's going to be hard times. But you can persevere and you can overcome and push through it.
What about people when they say don't let your past define you? I think sometimes that makes you who you are.
Yeah.
You know, like, it doesn't define you, but it does, and it doesn't hold you back, but it does make you more resilient and ready to work
100%,
and turn
100%.
page.
You know, I think we all live and learn, and, you know, we all make mistakes at times, and I think the important part is not allowing the shame of our mistakes to, you know, not carrying that.
Right.
And so for me, you know, as I've made mistakes at times, whether it be personal life or business, to not carry that shame, and because shame isn't coming from God.
Right.
Shame is coming from, you know, somewhere else. And so to put that shame back down and not let it define you in such a way that you can continue on your journey of becoming who God intends you to be.
Absolutely.
And so if it's not good, I heard this morning actually, if it's not good, that means it's not done yet.
Right.
And so you think of someone in the kitchen and cooking up some food or something, and it's like, if it's not done, it means it's not good yet. And so I thought that was a fantastic philosophy of, like, for every human being.
Right.
You know, none of us have arrived or kind of are complete in that way, but we're on that lifelong journey of becoming the best we can. And so, yeah.
I heard someone say something the other day, and that just kind of reminded me of it. They said that it's always okay for us to accept the good things, but we have to be able to accept the bad and the hard things too, and take them and be able to just let it go and be with it. So sit with it for a minute if you need to, but then be ready for what's to come.
100%. I like to go towards the hard things. You know, I think a lot of times as humans, our temptation is, ooh, that hurts. I want to get away from it, or I want to escape, or I want to avoid. And so I think it's really important, something that I've learned and have applied in my life is when there is discomfort, when there is pain, when there is struggle, I think it's very important that we go towards it
Yep.
and deal with it head on, whether that be the
Can't bottle it up or
No.
put it down or let it fester, or just avoid it and take the easy path.
Yeah, you
That's
got to
what-
deal
how
with
you grow.
it.
That's what you grow from. Yes.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's where the growth comes. You know, the emotional growth, the mental growth, the physical growth, all of the growth comes in when you're not comfortable.
Absolutely. And we're here in the real estate world. How have you found your clients, and how have you found the people that have worked with you? Is it just being in front of people and not being scared to find people? And it comes
Yeah.
natural. I mean, a lot of times it's friends or family or customers, just
Yeah.
people that it's word of mouth, right?
Yeah, yeah. Just being, I think the most important aspect of it for me has been building a trustworthy and reputable brand.
Yeah.
That people can associate with you as the face of the brand, and do they know you, like you, trust you? And so in that, your business will grow naturally.
Absolutely.
When you give people an excellent experience, a trustworthy experience, people feel like you're safe, they can trust you. Naturally they're going to say, hey sister, hey mom, hey friend,
Yeah.
you guys should check out Leo, you guys should check out Integrity Dream
Absolutely.
Home. They did a fantastic job. And so, through people that or people that they know, we've done, through the open houses, we do cold calling neighborhoods sometimes. So like if we have a listing in a particular neighborhood, we'll call the whole neighborhood, cold call,
Yeah.
say, hey,
Do you know
we just
anybody?
sold this home. We got these folks top dollar. And I'm just curious, have you thought about maybe what your home is worth? And, just a really non-invasive approach. But, so whether that's, we've done bus benches
Yep.
in areas. We've
All
done
the marketing schemes you can
yeah,
find and think of.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So you have, people can see, and obviously we'll know by the time that we're done with this conversation, humility and being humble is a big part of who you are, and not being
you.
afraid to bring things to a head. And I think a lot of
Yeah.
times people will try to hide behind that or be like, that wasn't my past, that's not me. Being forefront and honest with people is
Yeah.
the most important, because that helps you grow as a person too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. And I think that's ultimately what we all are inspired by and long for. When we put on these masks that everything is all great and I've got everything all
on the
together.
internet's all real and it's all
like,
fake and it's all perfect.
yeah,
No, the
it's
world's
like-
not perfect.
But no, yeah, exactly. It's like when people cross paths with me, I want them to experience all of me,
Right.
not just a mask that I can put on, but hey, here's all of who
So
I
you don't wear a
am.
Rey Mysterio mask or anything? Going back to the
You know,
wrestling, sorry.
It's funny. I do have a luchador mask I was in a buddy's wedding about a month ago, and they did a thing where they had some of the groomsmen put these masks.
fun.
So I actually do have one, funny
Oh
enough.
boy, yep.
But
We'll have to bring that out next time we have you on. Just have you rolling out, fully ready to go.
that's funny.
Yeah.
Get a little cape on.
Right, yep. Get everything, or get the little, I don't remember the name, the little bull riding, I don't remember, that's going to bring me back. But
Yeah.
so you have some growth, you have a lot of things going on in the business world that are amazing. Do you think that you're going to be growing out of the site and you're getting too
Great
big for
question.
capacity?
Yeah, so we've got 5 agents on our team now. I'm the 6th.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we're running out of space here. We'll probably milk it for at least another year in this space until we start bringing on a few more, and then we'll probably have to look at bigger offices.
Absolutely.
And so yeah,
That's exciting.
It
How
is.
can people get a hold of you, and how can they find you if they're looking for towing company, snow plowing,
Yeah.
or real estate, or any
Yeah.
of that stuff, or
Well,
just want to share?
They can find me on Facebook, Leo Sandoval.
Yep.
If they're looking to buy or sell a home, Integrity Dream Home, powered by eXp Realty. You can find me on Instagram, Leo Sandoval Speaks.
Yep.
On Instagram. And reach out. Would love to help you buy or sell a home. Would love to,
The
help
sky's
any
the
way that
limit,
we
right?
can.
Yeah. Let's grow together. I think everybody always says that. I'm kind of here on all these things I'm hearing lately, but everybody wins together. There's enough homes to go around. There's
Yeah.
enough car breakdowns to go around.
Yeah.
There's enough things going on. Let's all figure it out together.
100%.
Yeah.
Very collaborative in that way.
Yeah.
And I have that philosophy. If you win, we win.
Absolutely,
right? And
yes.
so putting others first. If you win, we win.
Yep.
So.
What are some exciting things when people are looking to list their house that they can look forward to that make you guys stand out? Obviously, the trust and the integrity of who you guys are.
Yeah.
But what else can help set them apart or get them ready for it?
Yeah, so I mean, we're not scared to put ourselves out there. So we're going to, bring in professional photography, professional videography as well. Hosting, video walkthroughs where a lot of times agents might be scared to get on camera or kind of, timid in that way. We're all the way out there in such a way. We're going to bring in one of the Twin Cities' best designers to do a walkthrough and kind of help them prepare the home so they know what to focus on and what not to focus on.
Yep.
I'm going to advise, some of the bigger ticket items, what to focus on and not focus on in that way to represent my clients and put them in the best position and get results.
Get the results that they want and you want both so they can keep coming back.
Yeah.
And I have heard from a lot of people that repeat customers are perfect and you guys get a lot of those. So that's something that just says enough, like, hey, it's all word of mouth. Like we do some advertising, but that's also who we are as a company.
100%. Yeah. I just had the closing earlier this week for a seller here in down the street in New Hope, and we listed the home for them. It was a referral, so it was past clients of mine. Help them buy, sell, and buy. And so we had 3 transactions with this client, and then he referred his brother.
Very cool.
And so we helped his brother sell his home in New Hope. We got him 5 offers, all over asking price. He was just thrilled.
Amazing.
Got some really great results for him there, and just closed on that this week. And
Perfect.
So,
I mean, it's fun to see when they bring family in too. Then they're in good hands. When it's hey, my brother, my mom, my sister, whomever that may be.
Yeah.
So you have a lot going here. You have things going on with the towing business. You've got the family life.
Yeah.
Anything else that you're looking forward to in the future? Obviously, we talked about traveling. Talked about food.
I think I'm curious to just get myself equipped more with ministry for me. Particularly ministry is something that I just sense a nudge for. For me, it's not about, and forgive me to go on a little tangent here, but it's not about the platform. It's not about the money.
Right.
It's about making a difference. And so I feel like God has me on this journey of building these businesses so that money isn't an issue, and I can be self-resourceful in such a way. And so when things come forth in the ministry side, I want to make sure that my heart is right in doing it for the right reasons. And so that's kind of what I think comes next for me.
It's important to stay in your lane and say, hey, this is a right fit or this might not be a right fit for me.
Yeah.
So it's always good to let people see and understand that you stand behind what you say you are too.
Yeah,
yes.
For sure.
Hello. Yes, thank you so
See
much.
ya.
It was good to see you. Yes, it was nice to meet you. So we appreciate having you on today. We have people that will know how to find you. We'll do a blog post about it too, so really people can understand it. And we hope to really have you on again in the future to see, where you're going and where all this will lead to. Yes.
Would love to.
Perfect.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody keep shining light.